The same Amish company that built the barn behind me, as well as developed out my 6.74 acres of land with me in 2023 and 2024, returned recently to add 4 more things to the property. In this video, I'm going to go through the 4 things that I paid them to add to the property, as well as one bonus thing that they threw in for free like they always do. It is no secret I am a huge fan of Amish contractors and Amish people in general. Every single time they come to my property, it blows me away, their work ethic, how focused to details they are, how clean they leave their work sites, and every single time they will go above and beyond and do things that I didn't even pay for and I didn't even have to ask them to do. They will just do it. Especially as someone doing this alone, I can never thank them enough or be more appreciative. And I always run to the local coffee store, Stewart's, and get them food and coffee and all that while they are here. People write that under that I don't possibly take care of them. I take care of them. I am just always so grateful to everything that they do. So I'm going to show you guys both footage of them while they were here. It was freezing out. It is now spring in upstate New York. It's very dramatic. It goes from snow to spring in one night. So I will have footage showing you guys the work they did, and I'm also going to personally take you through the property right now to show you exactly what was done. Let's do it. Up first, I had this fencing added to the entryway to the main part of the barn, mainly so that people stop trying to back their cars down this. This is not intended to be an area that people drive in. So it also just looks amazing and matches the barn. And they source all of this wood locally in Canajoharie. It comes from 7M and it's harvested right here in upstate New York. So anytime I use them, I love that the wood matches. I also had fencing added on this side of the smaller parking lot up here so that, again, people aren't confused and accidentally pull onto my leach field. This is my leach field right here, so that would not be good. Showing you guys some of the fencing. One guy did this in like an hour per usual for them. They also extended the parking area up here to match the length of the fence. The parking area used to end around here. And they just didn't like the look of that. They wanted it to match the length of the fence. So they went ahead and added more parking free without me having to ask for it, so that it matched up with this beam here and obviously looks a lot nicer and cleaner. Over there, I'm going to show you in a minute, I did have more parking added next to the farm stand. What is nice is you can't even see it. It barely takes away from the property at all. And yet it has allowed about 9 more cars to swing in by the farm stand. It's not exactly the amount of parking I was asked to get, but I think it's definitely a happy medium to just move forward here. And if you guys are wondering, oh, it looks a little rough here, it was so wet. They are actually returning this week to finish the grading. It was so wet, their machines were sinking into the mud. And if you're saying, oh my gosh, Amish people were using machines, every Amish order is different based on their bishop. So in this case, these guys are allowed to use bulldozers and skid steers and all of that for business. They are not supposed to have tech in their houses. They don't, but they do use technology in the running of their businesses, and that is just this specific order. Bringing you to the front of the barn, if anyone's been here since day one, you may notice the gravel used to end here and swing up to the main entrance from the parking area. I had a walking path that is 4.5 feet wide added around the entire perimeter of the barn so that both people and myself can get around the property more easily. On this side of the property, the soil is very, very sticky clay. So when it gets wet, there was really no clean way to walk around here. So I decided to have this path put in, and it's amazing. I asked to have fine. They said the number 1 is what they said, gravel put on it, just so it has kind of that New England, you know, Cape Cod, Hampton-y, whatever you want to call it, look to it. I am obsessed with it. I always joke, you know, I know I'm 32 years old because I get excited about gravel now. I really do. Also, shout out to 4 of these garden beds I put together. I almost lost a finger in the process, but I did it. 1 ladder, 4 kits, 2 trellis kits later, and they are assembled. My sister helped me fill them. They are filled with bunny and chicken manure and branches and all of that. and then topsoil. This is the Mediterranean bed we're working on here. Got some parsley, oregano, baby lavender, rosemary. Same thing in here. These are dormant lavender plants that I bought from Tractor Supply. Will they come out of dormancy? Stay tuned. I will be keeping you guys updated on that. I don't know what is happening here. Oh dear, I don't know if something is thriving at the moment, if that's what went on in here, but such is nature. So taking you back on the path now, we circle to the back of the barn where I plan to do so much gardening back here, and bringing you to a third thing that they installed for me was this pad. In the event I get a potting shed or a greenhouse or of some kind, it's 14 by 14. I had them put it up here. I'm kind of on a hill next to my well. If I walk here, you can see it's up nice and high. I'm not sure what I'm going to be putting on here. I have to replenish some funds to consider that, but I figured while they were here, I might as well get this excavated and just put in up here. And then I think I'm going to just put some stepping stones once they finish the grading in here, between here and the main path to get around. I'm trying to add some whimsy into the mix, you know. There's a birdhouse. Probably will have another stepping stone path out to that birdhouse. They have to fill this in. Back to the walking path. That's the bunny shed straight ahead. My mom and I built that little manure pile thing using pallets. We just put 3 of them together. It wasn't really engineering mastery. I spent all day yesterday planting out these snapdragons and billy buttons and perennial lupin, and they look like they're gonna make it, so say a prayer. These are some seeds that I started in reused milk jugs. Here is where the tour started. So if I take you guys down my driveway, I will show you the parking that has been added next to the farm stand. So the bonus thing that these guys did for me behind my car there, they leveled the chicken coop, because when the chicken coop was delivered this past November, it was delivered uneven, crooked. I tried to ask the guy to level it, and he was not interested in doing that at that time. So the chicken coop has been kind of crooked all winter. The chickens don't seem to know or mind, but the Amish did lift it up with a fork and level it finally, which is nice. It no longer looks like it's going to tumble down the hill. So that was just yet another thing that they did, just threw in for me. Amazing, amazing people. I don't know if you guys have seen, they're still in Chimney Rock, North Carolina. I think it said some 2,000 of them are still there rebuilding North Carolina for free. If that doesn't communicate the type of people they are, I don't know what does. So I'm at my farm stand. If I turn this way, the driveway used to line up with this post and just swing. They did all this parking. I asked for 20 by 80. As per usual, I think they gave me more. They always do that. And as you see, this is a pretty big parking area. It should comfortably fit about 9 cars if they swing in like this, just right here, or a school bus in the event we ever start doing some educational things here. I would really love to show people all of the pollinator stuff I plan to do. I obviously need to actually do that and get the plants going first, but here's the beautiful parking job they did. And I didn't have to touch any of my wildland to do it. This was just some of the cleared land next to the driveway. All that to the tree line is still my land back there that I'm going to leave wild until I have a plan for bringing in some more native plants for it. But for the area that had to be excavated, once they grade this, there's going to be a lot of chaos gardening and seed throwing incoming. Lots of me throwing seeds down in all of this, which is great, because even though my land has milkweed, goldenrod, and aster, which are all fantastic, they are all in bloom at the same time, August to October. So my land doesn't offer any food to pollinators from April to August, basically, which is no good if you want to be a pollinator farm. So lots of new food is going to be incoming. Also, my pear trees are about to have little leaves. I got these at Tractor Supply in October, so they were on sale. I got 4 apple and 4 pear trees for like $100 or something like that. I was just so curious how they were doing out here all winter. It was such a bad winter, but plants are amazing. they are all alive and they're all gonna make it. As you guys know, I cover all things land loans, how I got this land, how I'm farming it, how I'm doing it all alone without a tractor, all the things that I plan to do here, from running a farm stand to a pollinator farm. I will be covering it here for you guys. It will be entertaining. Subscribe if you haven't already. Plenty of content coming your way. And for the specifics on everything, like what different elements here cost me, I do share the actual financial details on my Substack. I will link to my Substack below. With that, hope you guys are having as lovely of weather as we are here. I will be back soon. Bye.